Have you ever felt like a habit you thought was harmless has quietly taken control of your life, holding you back from the success, relationships, and happiness you deserve? In this video, I'm going to share my deeply personal story of how a masturbation addiction consumed decades of my life, keeping me stuck in cycles of loneliness, self-doubt, and missed opportunities. But more importantly, I'm here to show you that no matter how long you've struggled, there is a way out. Whether you're battling the same addiction or just feeling stuck in life, this video will reveal the 10 powerful ways addiction can impact your mind, health, and future, and how you can break free starting today. By the end, you'll not only understand the traps of addiction, but you'll also discover the path to reclaiming your confidence, relationships, and your future. Stay with me until the end, and together we'll unlock the key to a life free from regret and filled with growth, love, and success. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. As a 70-year-old man reflecting on the turbulent waves of life that I braved, I find myself grappling with a deeply entrenched battle that has shadowed me persistently for the last half-century. My struggle with masturbation, a seemingly benign curiosity sparked in the fervor of youth, morphed insidiously into a formidable addiction. This addiction clung to me like a relentless shadow, an unwelcome specter haunting my journey through life. Initially a harmless exploration, it rapidly evolved into a vice with a vice-like grip, a relentless hold that I found excruciatingly difficult to sever. Through the decades, this unyielding battle has exacted a heavy toll on my soul and existence. It has scarred me, leaving a trail of both overt and concealed wounds. It has inexorably shaped and molded my character, though not in ways that bring pride or joy. Instead, it ushered me down dark, undesired paths, hindered my aspirations, and stifled the realization of my true potential. Today, I am compelled to unveil the profound and detrimental ways in which masturbation has marred my life. One of the most piercing impacts was its ability to induce a profound sense of backwardness and retrogression. Envision a man akin to myself, fervently weaving dreams and aspirations, only to witness his progression dwindle to an agonizingly slow pace. This habit, this corrosive addiction, functioned like an anchor moored to the depths of my past, incessantly dragging me backward rather than propelling me forward. My dreams were no longer of a luminous and promising future, but were instead replaced by visions of confinement within the walls of my old apartment, a stark emblem of my stagnation. Here, growth was throttled, potential remained dormant, and progress was nothing but a fleeting mirage. My life seemed to emulate a broken record, endlessly replaying the same melancholic tune without the slightest hope of altering its course. This backwardness and retrogression were the direct offspring of my addiction. Masturbation ensnared me in the past, obstructing any advance toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The second profound impact was a debilitating effect on my capacity to cultivate relationships or consider marriage. For years, I have longed for companionship and the profound intimacy that accompanies a meaningful relationship. Yet, my relentless addiction erected an impenetrable barrier, thwarting any attempt at emotional vulnerability. True relationships demand an openness to expose one's innermost experiences and emotions, to connect on a significant level. However, my addiction constructed a formidable wall, isolating me from the possibility of such deep, emotional connections, leaving me ensnared in solitary confinement of the soul. While physically present in moments of life, my spirit wandered distantly, shackled by an emotional void that echoed through the corridors of my soul. This profound disconnection, this inability to be emotionally available, barricaded me from the warmth of companionship, enveloping me in a shroud of loneliness and isolation, a cycle both vicious and relentless. My addiction fed into the solitude, and in turn, my solitude fueled my addiction, trapping me in a relentless whirlwind of seclusion. This cycle was excruciatingly difficult to break, leaving me adrift, solitary, and unable to foster or sustain meaningful relationships. My addiction thus pilfered the profound joy and fulfillment that arises from engaging in deep, loving connections. Moreover, masturbation deleteriously chipped away at my self-confidence, an invisible yet crippling effect. Self-confidence, akin to a muscle, requires consistent exercise, nurturing, and growth to thrive. Yet, my addiction acted as a formidable adversary, a relentless heavyweight that ceaselessly dragged it down, stifling its development. I found myself mired in doubt, perpetually questioning my capabilities and worth, retreating from opportunities poised to spur personal growth and success. As I continually succumbed to this habit, my self-confidence plummeted, spiraling into a self-fulfilling prophecy. The lower my confidence sank, the more I sought solace in my addiction, thus perpetuating the destructive cycle. Interactions with others grew increasingly fraught as I was constantly beleaguered by self-doubt, haunted by the specters of judgment and rejection. This pervasive fear and lack of self-assurance ensnared me, thwarting my pursuit of potential and achievement, and binding me to a cycle of self-doubt and diminished self-esteem, all stemming from the clutches of my addiction. Compounding these emotional and personal struggles was a financial instability wrought by my addiction. It proved not only a drain on my time, but also a significant hindrance to realizing my full professional potential. My performance at work suffered markedly as my focus and vigor were incessantly sapped. I found myself ensnared in a cycle of seeking short-term gratification, which occluded my vision for long-term prosperity and stability. Aspirations for promotions and career advancement became distant, unattainable dreams, further curtailing my financial growth and stability. Additionally, the addiction led me down a treacherous path of financial recklessness. I found myself frequently splurging on fleeting pleasures, prioritizing instant gratification over long-term security and growth. This penchant for transient indulgences cast a long shadow over the concept of financial prudence, ensnaring me in a relentless cycle of economic stagnation. My savings eroded as I diverted funds that could have served as investments in my future towards ephemeral satisfactions. This addiction imposed a steep toll not merely in monetary terms, but also as a profound drain on my time, energy, and unrealized potential, constituting a costly expense in both the literal and figurative senses. Physical health complications further compounded the debilitating impact of my addiction. The human body, after all, is not engineered for incessant self-indulgence. It demands equilibrium, periods of rest and recovery. My relentless pursuit of pleasure led to a cascade of health issues, beginning with pervasive fatigue. This constant state of exhaustion permeated both my physical and mental states, sapping my strength and vitality. Simple daily activities became Herculean tasks as my energy reserves dwindled. More alarming symptoms soon emerged. I began to suffer from severe back pain, pronounced eye strain, and noticeable hair loss. My immune system faltered, leaving me increasingly susceptible to illnesses. The very act that was intended to provide pleasure morphed into a source of relentless agony as my health deteriorated with each passing day. The repercussions extended beyond the physical, precipitating profound psychological distress, manifesting as anxiety, depression, and severe mood swings. Emotionally, I was ensnared in a tumultuous roller coaster ride, characterized by fleeting highs of elation followed by profound depths of guilt and shame. The ephemeral joys were quickly overshadowed by prolonged, darker periods of emotional turmoil. Depression and anxiety became pervasive, insidious intruders in my life, emerging in the dead of night or amidst the bustle of daily activities. Depression shrouded my thoughts like a dense fog, while anxiety provoked palpitations, profuse sweating, and a whirlwind of chaotic thoughts. Amidst even the most joyous occasions, a persistent undercurrent of guilt and shame shadowed me, as if I were perpetually teetering on the brink of an abyss, haunted by the specter of an impending fall. This addiction thrust me into the midst of an unrelenting emotional tempest, leaving me perpetually battling against the gale-force winds of inner conflict and turmoil. Social isolation emerged as yet another harrowing consequence of my addiction. Each time I surrendered to the lure of self-pleasure, I found myself withdrawing further into my own shell, as though a thick fog had enveloped me, obscuring the vibrant life I once embraced. Relationships, which thrive on concerted effort, time, and emotional investment, were things my addiction siphoned away from me. I became akin to a ghost, physically present, yet spiritually vacant. Conversations rang hollow, laughter felt contrived, and smiles were nothing more than a mask concealing my true desolation. As my addiction deepened, I began to shun social gatherings, preferring the isolated confines of my room to the warmth of familiar faces. The once comforting presence of others was replaced by the cold, impersonal glow of a screen. My world dwindled to the mere four walls that surrounded me. I pushed away those who cared, those who reached out in attempts to help, constructing a fortress of solitude around myself without realizing it had become my prison. This addiction not only isolated me, but also severed the bonds with those I loved, driving a relentless wedge between us. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment too below to let me know that you are still here with me. My addiction also led to a cascade of squandered opportunities. Life's opportunities can be likened to trains at a station, each one ready to transport you to your desired destination. Yet, ensnared in the loop of addiction, I found myself chained to the platform, watching helplessly as each train departed without me. This addiction clouded my vision, rendering me oblivious to the knocks of opportunity at my door. Whether it was a promising job that I lacked the energy to prepare for, or the chance to travel and expand my horizons, opportunities one declined in favor of indulging in my addiction. I missed out on forming meaningful connections and relationships that could have enriched my life, leaving behind a trail of what could have been. Reflecting on this, a profound sense of regret and remorse weighs heavily upon me. I look back at the years that slipped through my fingers, years spent feeding an insidious habit that offered nothing but fleeting pleasure. My addiction was like a thief in the night, stealthily robbing me of my most precious asset, time. The dreams that could have been realized, the relationships that could have been nurtured, all lost to the abyss of addiction. It's a bitter realization to acknowledge the full extent of what I've lost to this addiction, and to understand how deeply I've let myself and my potential wither, haunted by the what-ifs. What if I had chosen differently? What if I had sought help sooner? The remorse is a relentless reminder of the life I could have embraced, but instead allowed to slip away. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. However, it is crucial to remember that it's never too late to alter the course of your life. Through this testimony, I aim to highlight the preventable nature of these pitfalls. If you recognize any of these signs in your life, know that you are not alone and that help is within reach. It's never a dead end. Change is possible, and it begins with acknowledging the problem and seeking the necessary assistance. At the end of this tumultuous journey, I found solace and fortitude in my faith. Placing my trust in God, engaging in prayer, and immersing myself in the teachings of the Bible have been transformative. As it is written, the truth shall set you free. I share this message to inspire those who might be struggling. It is never too late to change your path. Seek help today and embark on a journey toward a brighter, more fulfilling tomorrow. This is not just a story of struggle, but also one of redemption and hope. And you too can reclaim the life of confidence, health, and opportunity that you rightfully deserve. So, what have you learned from my journey? Have you recognized any of the struggles I've shared in your own life? I want to hear from you. Comment below and share the one thing you've learned from this video that you will bring into practice in your life starting today. Remember, change is possible for anyone, no matter how long you've been struggling. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your engagement helps us reach more people who need support on their path to freedom and fulfillment. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts.